never believed in ghosts. Not because I was brave, but because belief requires imagination. And imagination had already failed me once in my life.
After my wife died, the world became very quiet. Not peaceful, just hollow.
That's why I moved into the old apartment building on Mercer Street. Cheap rent, no neighbors who asked questions, no memories attached. The building was over 80 years old, 4 floors, no elevator. The kind of place where footsteps echo longer than they should. On my first night, the landlord handed me the keys and said only one thing. 4th floor gets cold. Don't adjust the heater. It works differently there. I thought it was a joke. I would later realize it was a warning. Week 1.
Everything was normal. I unpacked. I slept poorly. I woke up to silence so thick it felt physical. Then, one night, around 2:17 a.m., I heard a sound.
A door closing, not mine. I sat up, listening. The hallway outside my apartment was narrow. Old wood floors, thin walls. I could hear when someone coughed 2 rooms away. But there was something wrong with this sound. It didn't echo. It felt absorbed, as if the building itself swallowed the noise. The next morning, I checked the hallway. 4 apartments, all accounted for. No extra doors, no storage rooms. Nothing unusual. Week 2. The dreams started. Not nightmares. Memories. My wife standing in rooms I didn't recognize, looking at doors that weren't there before. She never spoke. She just looked at me, disappointed. I started sleeping with the light on. Then one night, I heard it again. 2:17 a.m. A door closing. This time, closer. Right outside my bedroom wall, I pressed my ear to the plaster. Silence. But the wall felt cold. Not winter cold, funeral cold. The floor plan. I went to the city records office, pulled the original architectural plans of the building. 4 floors, 16 apartments, no modifications, no sealed rooms, no errors. But when I compared the measurements to my hallway, there was a difference. 3 feet. 3 feet of space that didn't exist on paper. I laughed nervously. Old buildings settle, I told myself. But that night, the hallway was longer. I measured it. Twice. The wall near my bedroom had shifted. Just slightly. The door appears. It happened on a Sunday. I came home late, exhausted, barely thinking, and there it was. A door, wooden, unpainted, no number. It stood between my apartment and the empty, unwalled wall where nothing had ever been. My chest tightened. The air smelled wrong, damp, like old clothes stored too long. I stood there for a full minute before touching the handle. Ice cold. I didn't open it. I couldn't. I went inside, locked my door, and sat on the floor until morning. No one else sees it. The next day, I knocked on my neighbor's door. "Do you see that?" I asked, pointing. He frowned. "See what?" "The door." He looked at me like I was sick. "There's no door there." I checked again. It was gone. The wall was seamless, smooth, like it had never existed. The sounds changed. The door sounds stopped. Instead, I heard footsteps, slow, careful, always at 2:17 a.m. Always stopping outside my bedroom, then breathing. Not loud, not threatening, just waiting. One night, I whispered, "Who's there?" The breathing stopped. Then I heard my wife's voice, not calling my name, just crying.
From behind the wall, the door returns. 3 nights later, the door was back. This time, it was open. Darkness inside. Not shadow, not absence of light. Depth. I stepped closer. The smell hit me. Hospitals, old flowers, wet earth. Inside the room was another hallway, longer than the building itself. Doors on both sides. Each door had a name carved into it. Some scratched out, some barely legible. I found mine at the end. Still clean, still new. The room with my name. I didn't want to open it.
But grief has a way of pulling harder than fear. Inside was my old apartment, exactly as it had been before my wife died.
Same furniture, same photos, except one thing.
She was there, sitting on the couch, back turned. I said her name. She didn't respond. When she finally looked at me, her eyes were wrong. Not dead, not alive, empty.
"This is where you left me," she said softly.
The room began to shrink, walls moving, breathing. I run. The door is gone. I woke up on my bedroom floor. My apartment was normal. No door, no hallway, just silence. I moved out the next week, but something followed me. Every place I live now, there's always a wall that feels colder than the rest. Every night at 2:17 a.m., I hear it. A door closing, somewhere inside the space that doesn't exist.
And sometimes, I wake up convinced that one day, the door with my name on it will finally open from the inside.